Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Kathy Angeron.
And I'm Jennifer Perini, and we're with Brevard Cultural Alliance.
Brevard Cultural Alliance is the designated local arts agency for all of Brevard County. We serve cultural organizations, artists, and implement arts education programming in Brevard public schools, among many other things.
We are excited to welcome you back today for episode 6 of season 2 of True Colors.
With True Colors, Brevard Cultural Alliance seeks to highlight diversity and inclusiveness for Brevard's cultural community by providing a platform for new voices.
Thank you again for being here today. And just a quick reminder that all of our episodes are available on both our Facebook and YouTube channels.
And now it is our tremendous pleasure to introduce the host of True Colors, CEO and owner of Diversity of Thought, the incomparable David Jones.
I like incomparable. I accept those terms and conditions. And I like Face Show. I think we should start a new app called Face Show.
It was FaceTube. It was FaceTube.
Oh, FaceTube?
Oh,
so we'll mix the two together. I like it. So again, Kathy, Jen, we appreciate you always. You guys do such an amazing job. Thank you for everything you do for our county. But as you know, today it's all about the amazing talent. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on. So we will see you all a little bit later. I think what's pretty cool about the individual that we're going to bring on is, I don't know if I've ever had somebody that we can bring on that has like an intro. But we do. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the intro music on in a video, and then we'll bring on our artist for today, Miss Kristen Warren. So check her out.
It's that amber red tone, baby blue stilettos, stronger than espresso, make me feel so special. It's that amber red tone, baby blue stilettos, stronger than espresso, make me feel so special, baby. You're complicated, innovative, so sophisticated.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Kristen Warren. Hey! There! Wow, man, that is fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great. It's always.
Yeah, you are. We just heard.
Thank you.
Oh. Hey, hello there, Kristen.
Ah.
Lee Brevard is checking in. So make sure, if you are watching, make sure you like, share, and comment. Check in, say hello. If you have any questions or comments for while we are with Ms. Kristen Warren, please make sure you go ahead and put them in the chat. We want to see everybody who's here. So, Kristen, I'm a fan. It's interesting that I got to hear you sing live, and I was just like, I don't know who this person is, but yo, yes. And then we our paths get to cross again, like almost a year and some change later. So this is awesome. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining the show today.
Thanks a lot for having me. It's an honor.
Well, so let's get into this. We want to know a little bit about you. So my first question is, what or who got you into singing? Like, how did all this start?
Well, according to my mother, I was singing in my crib. So I always had music in my spirit. So my first actual experience performing by myself for people was when I was 7 years old, in church, of course. There was a woman who I went to school with her daughter, and she heard my voice in a singing program that we were doing at the elementary school. And she kind of picked me out of the crowd and invited the family to her church. And they gave me my, you know how black church is. They got me.
So I didn't found her. Come
Right,
on.
exactly. So they were like, give that baby a song. So they gave me my own song, and I sang by myself for the congregation at 7 years old. So that was my first. Yeah, that was the beginning of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one, I want to agree. So Tiffany Joy, who we'll be seeing soon, says hi. She absolutely loves you.
Oh, love you too.
So I gotta tell you, that doesn't surprise me. Some of the greatest singers, when you hear where they get their start, and it's church.
Yes.
And I'm curious though, as you continue to develop and come into your own, and boy, have you, like, who were some of your inspirations? Who like inspired you for your style?
Oh yeah. Well, I would say do you remember the album 1998 Miseducation, Lauren Hill?
Of course.
So I got that album as a gift for Christmas when I was in 7th grade. And I didn't know it was changing my life when I listened to it. But of course, now in retrospect, I realize how much I was influenced by her style, her music, the way she looked like, she was this beautiful, dark-skinned woman who was intelligent and a lyricist. And she really influenced me before I even realized I was being influenced. Ella Fitzgerald is like my vocal idol. Whenever I'm listening or learning a new standard, I always kind of refer to her version of that standard because I just think her voice is just impeccable. And then Billie Holiday is great because of the emotion that she channels. She had a lot of pain in her life. And so she really kind of took that and just her vocals are so haunting, really. And so she was a huge influence. Amy Winehouse, more current, was a huge influence for me as well. So it's really kind of all across the board and kind of cherry picking what resonates with you and kind of developing your own approach to music, from there.
Yeah, well, and it's as you say, the people, I'm like, okay, yep, I watched that video and I can kind of hear it. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I will tell you this, the inspiration, it might have been there, but you definitely have a style of your own. Your voice is unique, which is always, I think is so amazing to have in a world full of singers when a voice can stand out. Because there's a lot of people who can sing. There's not always people who can stand out. And I genuinely believe you have a talent that can stand out. So I'm happy that we have it right here in Brevard County, which is awesome. It's like, yeah, go Brevard. And again, I appreciate those who are watching. Make sure you check in, say hello, say hi, say what's up. Make yourself be seen. Don't be watching in secret. I want to bring in another video. And so I think you got a Tiny Desk series.
It was an audition for Tiny Desk.
Okay. Okay.
I won't lie. It was an audition. But I am very, very proud of this video. I just want to say, shout out to Creek. That's the name of the band, is Creek.
Okay.
Daniel Timbush on keyboard. Ethan and Ashton Bailey Gould, their brothers, on guitar and drums. They are, to me, the best band to come out of Brevard County. They're fantastic.
So we're going to get to check you out and the band. I just want to go ahead and say thank you. And hello, Julianne. And she says a lot of people can sing, but not everybody can communicate. And I'm telling you what, I've listened to you and you communicate. So I agree with Julie. We're going to go ahead and I want to bring in this video. We'll play a little bit of it so that we can let people continue to hear how amazing you are.
Right now we're going to do an original song for you called Don't Eat the King. As you're flying high and people judge below, thinking lonely of you, baby, they don't know. I can see the sacred swelter of your soul. Breathe it into me. Be eternally over me. Said listen to yourself and be the light you are. They drag on your name and shame you near and far. You are not a monster, you're a shooting star. Sing every scale of your tale, sing it well. Just don't need the king. Whatever you do, leave the king alone. Leave him on his throne. Say don't need the king. Whatever you do, leave the king alone.
Wow. Okay, so I'm so that's y'all wrote that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I heard it and I was just like, man, whose song are they singing? I apologize. I immediately was thinking, like, I ain't never heard it. Whose song
Nope.
is this?
It's ours.
That's a great track. It really is.
Thank you. I'm really proud of that. Very
You
proud.
should be. You absolutely should be. There was I'm a big Badu fan, but not like there's the commercial
Love
stuff.
her. Love her.
There's the commercial stuff that people hear, but there's like the stuff from like Baduism that like wasn't necessarily commercial. So like Green Eyes was one, Orange Moon, which is more like this. It was very more sultry, more like, and I love that version of Erykah, and this reminded me of that. To where I'm like,
Thank you.
man,
Yes.
it was, and it's the music hits. So your band is what's the name of the band? Creek. And they're based out of here, Brevard County, too?
They are. If you know about Melbourne, actually, the first settlers of Melbourne were African American.
Mm-hmm.
And this city or town, I guess, used to be called Crane Creek.
Yeah.
And there was a man from Melbourne, Australia, who won a bet and changed the name to Melbourne.
You know what's go ahead. I'm sorry. No,
I was saying before it was Crane Creek, and that's where they got that name. Is Creek.
Okay, so can I tell you what's really funny and how it's amazing how things connect. I believe it was our second episode of season 2. We had the individuals on who are working to get the mural built because of the founders were the African American. And so we actually had that story told on this program a few weeks back. That's why I'm like, okay, so this is kind of cool how it's all coming together. And that was by accident. So look at there.
Wow.
So next time I'll say, and we planned this. No, we didn't.
Right. Just like that. This is just straight face.
It's like, we do all this on purpose. I love the background of that audition. One, your video production quality is amazing.
Yes.
But
shout out to Feta Creative. Thank you.
Shout out to Feta Creative and
Feta,
but not only that, but you did a mural series, and what I appreciate about you is you find a way to bring in other art with your art. It's not just you. So can you talk to me about the mural series and what inspired that? And are we gonna get more?
Yes. That's another project that I'm very, very proud of and that I hold near and dear. Basically, it was an idea that I had for a long time. I love street art. I think that street art tells you so much about the people of that town, their culture, their perspective. And I love going to cities that have lots of murals and street art. I think it just gives you so much more insight into who lives here, what are these people about, what are their experiences, and we're fortunate to have that in our arts district. And so I always thought at first it was going to be, I'd love to shoot a music video in front of a mural. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, but there's lots of murals and there's lots of great artists. So what if I make it a series? And then COVID hit. And it was, nobody wants to be in crowds at the time, right? Nobody wants to be in crowds. People are worried about all this. And I said, well, a film series is kind of the perfect answer to that. So I can still have a platform to perform, but I'm not endangering anybody. And so when that whole thing rolled around, and a lot of my creative friends were looking for that outlet of like still being able to perform safely, it just seemed like the perfect answer to that. And so that's kind of how Mural Series was born. And again, that's a project that I just love, and I just adore it. Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing. I love the visual aspects of it. The music obviously is fantastic. And what I appreciate is that I feel like when you go in, man, you go in because the video production quality is great. The band is amazing. You're amazing. The art behind you is amazing. It's just a great, amazing experience. And I do just want to say again, I'm interviewing Kristen Warren, aka K-Dub, on the True Colors program here, and we're going to. I want to bring in one of the Mural series. And again, this is all taking place here in Brevard County. It's crazy because I'm like, I had no idea that these awesome things are happening. I feel like I'm left out of the loop, and I feel some type of way.
It's okay. Better late than never, right?
You're like, it's okay. You know now. So I guess that works. But I'm going to bring in the video so we can check out from one of the Mural series.
Around a lot of American TV and comic books and punk rock from the 90s.
Infatuation, hesitation, a word from you sparks celebration, obsession mixed with reservation. Send yourself my sweetest salutations.
Again, it's the art, it's everything. It really is. Like it's amazing series of what you're putting together. And it's not just amazing because of what you get to hear, what you get to see. I think it's also cool that what it represents. It gets to represent our home.
Yeah.
It gets to represent our cities and our county. And just highlight the beauty of it, and from a different perspective that maybe that everybody's looking at it that way. So I appreciate, I thoroughly appreciate what you're doing with the series, and I am hoping that even though now that COVID's gone, maybe we can get a couple more series. Well, okay, your faces. Now that we're
hopefully
we're in a different place than we were in 2020.
Yes, definitely, for sure. We've made strides, for sure.
We've made
some strides. Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
That should be how we answer it. So, how's COVID going? We've made strides. Okay, so I'm sorry. You got issues. So I want to ask you. So you don't just bring this amazing talent to our county. It's just been getting booked. And by the way, you really should book her and her band, because as you can hear and see, they are absolutely phenomenal. So let's make sure we're gonna put up how you can contact them at the end of the program. But that's not all you've done. There's a couple things that I know you've done. I believe it was in 2017. You did the one-person show at the Henniker Center.
Yes.
Lady Day.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and that was the story of whom?
Billie Holiday.
Mm.
Yes.
And that was all you.
Yes, it was. It was me and a band behind
Okay.
me. But it was all 13 songs and about, I believe, like 30 pages of dialogue that I had to memorize.
Okay,
Um,
so you
yeah.
highly you show you can it's not just singing, you showed your acting chops. You like, I got it all. I can act, I can sing.
Uh,
Yeah.
it was a super blessing. I'm not gonna.
She's like,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna
right. No.
I'll brag for you. How about that?
Uh,
Because you're
but,
really talented. And then you also did the So Far series, um,
yes.
which can you give a brief explanation of what So Far is?
Sure. So far stands for Songs from a Room, and it is actually global. There are some artists that tour just with So Far. So it's global. It's all over, obviously all over the United States. In most major cities have a So Far chapter, I guess you would call it. And I got introduced to it through Gainesville. And I was fortunate enough that Gainesville enjoyed my performance enough to refer me to other cities. And so I was just super blessed to do it twice in Atlanta, once in New York City with Ethan, who you saw in both of those videos, the phenomenal guitarist. We did South Florida, we did Tampa, and we were going to do more. And then coronavirus. And so,
I
but
feel like coronavirus, that's like the answer to a lot. It's like, we're gonna do this, and then it's like
right,
I can't wait. We're gonna be able to get past it at some point, but like we're still in that and then phase.
or yes,
Uh,
but aside from that, I think So Far was really cool because the rules were no phones, no talking through the music. It was really all about like getting to know the artist, getting to know their stories, and listening to their. And it was original music. It had to be original music. So really listening to that artist and getting to know them, and so you kind of instantly connect to the audience in a much more intimate way than you would like playing bars or playing. So it's just a really cool concept. And I'm hoping that, they were able to stay afloat, through this crazy time. And I do hope to go back to doing So Far in the future because it was a really, really special experience.
Amen. I love it. And the last I want to ask you about is it was the Black Box Blackout.
Yes.
And that was more recently, right?
Yes, that was just this February, just this past February.
Okay. Well, wait, hold on. Before you answer that, make sure if you are watching, you check in and you say hello, say hi, give a shout out, let us know what you think about Kristen, in the band Creek. Now that we know what it's named after as well, because I see you watching, but y'all are really quiet in the audience. And if you have any questions, make sure you think about it, put them in the chat so that we can bring it. We'll take some audience questions at the end. Okay, so please talk to me and let us know about the Black Box Blackout. Like that. Say it 3 times fast.
Black Box Blackout, Black Box Blackout, Black Box Blackout, Blackout. Well,
Yeah,
I got 3. So this is what I do is like I have ideas that I like sit on for years, and then like one year I'll just be like, hey, I'm gonna do it. With Black Box Blackout, that was something that I had in mind for a long time of what would it be like if you just took a space and did as many Black productions in that space as possible. So just kind of on a whim in I think November probably November, December of 2021, I called Funky Dog Improv, which is a really cool venue in the Arts District. And I said, this is my idea. And what I love about the owner is he basically said, sure, right away. Yeah, whatever you want to do. And I was like, really?
I don't gotta fight. I don't have to. Like,
I was thinking I was gonna have to really sell this, and he was so on board. Shout out to Aaron and his wife Holly. They were so just on board right away. So we began to plan the series right away. And it included musical performances, it included theatrical performances, stand-up comedy, live art, and then at the end was a jazz brunch. And it was exhausting, but so I was beat by the end. Those little 28 days, I was done. But it was such a rewarding experience, and the community responded in such a wonderful way. So now, hopefully, Black Box Blackout, month-long Black History celebration, will be an annual thing.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say it will, because we'll make sure of it. Which brings me to a question, and that's, what other creative aspirations do you have that you think maybe our audience can help with?
Wow. Well, I have so many. One thing that I really want to do, that is another idea that I've sat on for years. I want to do a jazz festival in Brevard. I really want to highlight some of the wonderful jazz artists that have come out of this area. Some of them have left, moved to different cities and states. But I've always wanted to do a jazz festival in Brevard County. I don't know if we have a jazz festival here.
We do. We have a couple. But I think what it is I think what you're going to do is bring it all together to do the jazz festival. So I'm going to speak that into existence.
I love it. I love how you manifest. You really do.
Yeah, especially manifesting other people to do the work. Yes.
I wasn't going to say that, but kind of. But it's okay.
You got this. You'll be good.
I believe in you.
But no, I do believe that could happen. I've seen you pull off the things that you've been able to pull off. So I have no doubt that if you have it in your mind that you want to do it, it's going to get done. If you can do me a favor, I'm going to bring up one last video for people to see. And then I want to make sure that if there's any questions in the audience, that we go ahead and take those questions. And I want to make a quick announcement after that. But while I'm doing that, just if you look on the computer, you see the private chat. If you could just go ahead and type in for me, like, all your handles of how people can get a hold of you.
Sure.
While we go ahead and bring in, I want to bring in this live performance that was done, I believe, at the Cocoa Village Playhouse.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to go ahead and bring in this live performance. And while we're listening, if you're watching and you're jamming, don't just keep dancing. Also think if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the chat. But I want to bring in one last video so we can see some more amazingness.
You go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne.
You go to my head like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew, and I find the very mention of you like the sugar in the julep or two.
The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me, and I say to myself, get a hold of yourself. Can't you see this never could be?
You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes.
Though I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance, you go to my head.
See, my issue is I seriously could listen to that all day long. You see this? Tiffany Joy says, "When is the album coming out?" Like that's.
Yes, that's a great question, actually. First of all, shout out to Brian Hancock, aka B. Allen, who was the gentleman singing in that video. I love his voice, and he's doing a lot of great things in the area also.
He's here too?
Yes, he is a local. Yes.
I'm telling you, man, this just
Brian
all
Andrews.
this.
He's wonderful. I've known him since high school, and he's just a wonderful vocalist. So shout outs to him. As far as the album, I have a few recorded projects that I'm working on all at once. So I will have hopefully a few releases this year. And then album, probably not till next year. But singles, though, a few throughout the year.
Okay. Well, we can't wait. I got to tell you, I think you're absolutely amazing. I want to make sure that we put, let's see here, boom. So here is all of the ways that people can get a hold of you. You can go to the Instagram at Kristen Warren Music, SoundCloud.com/Kristen Warren, or listen to Kristen at gmail.com if you want to email her. And let's see here. I'm going to also show it on here. So it's really big so people can see it. And we'll even put it at the bottom and it'll just keep scrolling because, why not? All right. Before we get out of here, I do want to make an announcement. If you want to see Kristen and you want to see Kristen and the band Creek live, because you see how amazing they are, you can come out to the Juneteenth, because Kristen, I just want to say congratulations. You've just been booked and hired to perform at the Juneteenth Festival, which is going to be June 18th, South Brevard Juneteenth Festival. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So, Kristen, thank you so much. I'm going to send you over the information for that. And I cannot wait. I really can't. I think you're phenomenal. If you have any, do you have like a schedule to where if you have shows coming up?
I usually just keep my my social media posted of like my performances coming up. I always try to announce them in a timely way. So if you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, I try to keep it updated. So you'll see my upcoming shows.
Okay, well, I cannot wait. And then we will share the Juneteenth location because I don't want to say it wrong. But we'll make sure that if you follow me or if you follow, I want to say it's the South Brevard Juneteenth. Mika, you're watching and I saw you post on here. Please post the location for the Juneteenth Festival into the comments, and then I will share it, and then that should make you happy. So, Kristen, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for joining us. I've had a lot of fun. You've continued to make this a great program by bringing in your talent. And Mika says yes, but then she did. Yes, comma. Oh, okay, so it's in the same place. Great. Riverview Park Pavilion. So it's going to be at the Riverview Park Pavilion, which is in Melbourne. It's over close to the water. The river, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a little warm, so everybody be ready. But we are going to have a blast. Last year was absolutely amazing. And what's great is our sponsor believes and for Kathy and Jen who are behind the scenes. Our sponsor, we're going to announce next week, but because you came through but you were on the True Colors program, they're sponsoring the talent that's on True Colors to perform at Juneteenth. And so I'm really excited Cannot wait. Do you have any last things that you want to say to the audience before we get off?
Well, thank you for listening, and just please be in touch with me, and I hope to see you at one of the upcoming shows, and just please continue to support this platform because he's doing wonderful things for the local artists here. So thank you.
Thank you. And Tammy Temple Holland says you have a beautiful voice. Tammy
Thank
Temple
you, Miss
Holland, I agree.
Tammy.
I agree with that statement. So Kristen, don't go anywhere. We're going to go ahead and end the program. I cannot thank you all enough for watching live. For those of you that can't watch live but watch the replays, thank you so much for watching. Continue to like, share, spread the word. We have amazing talent here in Brevard County. We need to make sure everybody knows it. So I'm David Jones, and you all have a very good day.
Bye.